How's it going? Quick video on the mold inspection process. This is a bit of my philosophy, and most inspectors will have a similar framework. Number one, data gathering. Okay, so this is very important questions. This is the client interview, talking about the history of the home, right? Talking about symptoms. There's so much information in just a good conversation that's in depth about the current state of the house, where are the issues that they know about already, and start to list those. And then what's the history of the home that they can know about, as well as what are the symptoms being experienced. Do you feel different in the house versus out of the house? What smells? Do you have been a change in symptoms? A lot of different things. Data gathering, this is, age of the house, age of the HVAC systems, what renovations were done. Okay, again, different areas that the homeowners know a lot or renters know a lot of information already, and the data gathering is extremely important, okay? If I was given a good section of time to really go through all the needed questions, this is why I have a questionnaire on my consultations, because now that helps me help you even more effectively. If I was just blindly thrown into a building, that inspection is going to take so much longer, and it's going to be, it's just, much more difficult process. You can get so much information through this data gathering process. Then the inspection first based approach. For me, it's less about just testing blindly or relying just on tests. A mold inspection is not simply a mold testing, activity. A mold inspection is truly an inspection first based process. This means we are visually checking everything top to bottom all the way around on the home, checking moisture readings, infrared camera, being very, very thorough, knowing that we use the data and we go very, very thoroughly with the actual assessing of the home, knowing what we're looking for, and being extremely curious and having a lot of care and being very, very thorough and detailed in this process. Then after the inspection, this is again a bit of my philosophy. After the inspection, you're making notes of this area might need more investigation. I want, questions answered about this area, saw something here. You're making note of things, and then you come back to the client and talk about the testing strategy. Hey, I think these are our top tests that should be taken. Maybe over here, like optional ones, okay? Some inspection companies sell you tests left and right and your bill goes way, way high, and some of them are not even needed. They truly would have just been optional tests that are like more just out of curiosity. But then some tests really are there to confirm or deny the presence of certain types and amounts that we're finding in the inspection. So if we did a good inspection, we should have a very localized, pinpoint testing strategy that we can go with and say, this maybe should get a swab sample, this should get an air sample, and all these different aspects of what we're trying to figure out. Maybe an ermi test was already done, and that's the kind of 30,000 foot view test, and then we come in for the inspection. Again, every process is a bit different. Then during the inspection and the testing, we're obviously taking the needed photos for the report, we're taking the specific notes, and then what's very important about a third-party inspector is a site-specific protocol for the remediation steps. Okay, so some inspectors are very, very vague, just get rid of the mold in this area, and that's all they write. I think the value of a good inspection and hiring a good inspector is a site-specific protocol. That means this room needs this type of containment barriers, removal, cleaning, down to very specific language about those different places. That makes it easier for the remediation company to follow directions, okay? If there's less specificity in the protocol, there's more room for error, there's more kind of guesswork that the remediators are going to have to do, and you might be spending so much more money on that guesswork. So the inspector becomes your advocate when he's very or she is very specific about the protocol that is needed done, and really takes a lot of liability off of a lot of different aspects of this process. So a site-specific protocol is very, very important. Not just a bunch of copy and paste, not something too vague, but really a very specific to what we found and to what these people are dealing with, their sensitivity levels, how in depth they need to go. And sometimes I give people like a good, better, and best option just based on finances, but that's usually more for a conversation after the protocol. And there's more to it, but this was a great summary. Hopefully it helps. And as you are vetting inspectors or talking to them, this is a bit of the process you're going to want to hear from them. Not that they're in and out in 30 minutes taking 2 air samples and walking away, and not that they're kind of using this way out of order as well. So hope this helps, and I'll see you soon.